Hello again, everybody. Toby Burrell, along with the rest of the Maroon Devils network, here with you today is baseball coming your way. Swain hosting Cherokee, and joining us in progress here is Maroon Devils are at bat against Batiste Pepion, and there's a roped single right back up the middle by Gabe Lillard to start things off for Swain. Swain got Cherokee out in the first, but not before Kevin Reed got a base hit for the Braves, and now Lillard leads off first. Takes a look over at his coach, Tyler Schuler. Cameron Blankenship in the box for the Maroon Devils now. First pitch, Lillard saw a line drive back up the middle, and so he starts things off with a bang for the Maroon Devils. Fake bunt, throw to second. Lillard's got that stolen, so the Maroon Devils in business right out of the chute. Now Blankenship, after taking that pitch for a strike, looks down at Coach Schuler to get his sign. Just joining us here from Swain High School. There's a foul ball by Blankenship, so he's down in the count, 2 strikes. Sure. So Pepion is set and ready now to deliver the 0-2 pitch to Blankenship. Taking a good long look at Lillard. They fake the throw back to keep him close. Second baseman Kevin Reed hanging out right at the bag. There's the pitch, swing, foul back by Blankenship. He stays alive. We're just underway here from Swain. Sorry we missed the first half of the first, but they started a little bit early here. Caught us a little off guard. But really not a lot going on in that first other than a good base hit. Now Blankenship sets and ready. Pepion to throw it. That one hits Blankenship. Dead ball.
Okay.
So the Devils in business now with their biggest run producer coming to the plate in Carson Taylor. Taylor with a team high 12 RBIs, including a home run. And now he's got nobody out, runners first and second for the Maroon Devils. And Pepion trying to pitch out of a jam here right out of the chute for the Braves. First pitch swinging, shallow fly to right field. Second baseman underneath it, can't get it. That's a fair ball, but they force Blankenship at second. So that one bloops in for a hit for Taylor. And they force Blankenship at second for the first out of the inning, and that's going to bring Carter Hayes up, the Maroon Devils catcher, first and third. Taylor takes his lead at first. Pitch is high. Ball 1. One out in the inning now for the Devils. Threatening in their half of the first. Hit and run on, and that works as Taylor steals second, and a base hit by Hayes will score Lillard and advance Taylor to third with a good hit and run on that time by the Maroon Devils. Now it'll be Cooper Hyatt to bat. Hayes steals second on the first to third. And so Hyatt, with runners in scoring position now, bats with 1 ball in this count. Hayes and Taylor lead off. That one inside, misses for ball 2. Maroon Devils took the first meeting of the year between these two teams 11-0, and that was at Cherokee, the first game of the year. Hyatt digs in the box. Pepion coming from the windup. Taylor all the way down halfway home. There's a shot just over the shortstop's head. Hayes will be waved. He's going to come around and score, so a single by Hyatt brings home 2 Maroon Devil runners, and Swain now up 3-0. So now it'll be Ronnie Griggs with a runner on first. That runner is Cooper Hyatt. Griggs digging in, 1 down for the Devils. In the top half, good break by Hyatt. He's got second stolen standing up. He got a great jump there to go into second. And now he's in scoring position for Griggs here in the Maroon Devils half of the first inning. Second baseman holding Hyatt. He bluffed to third, caused Pepion to step off. Everybody returns back. So Griggs digs in. He's ahead 1 ball in the count. And Pepion back to the stretch here. That one's high. Hyatt on the way to third, and he's going to get there just under the tag, and he has stolen his second base in this at bat and is now in scoring position for the Maroon Devils. Braves infield will play back, so they will concede the run for the out. Ground ball will do it for Griggs. He'll get Hyatt home, and he's ahead in this count, 2 balls to no strikes, make it 3-0. So great hitter's count here for Ronnie Griggs. Hyatt leads off of third. Pepion from the windup. And that one's low in the dirt for ball 4 for Griggs. So Griggs reaches via walk. And the Maroon Devils keep this inning alive, and it will be Will Jenkins to hit now for the Maroon Devils. First and third situation, 1 out. 3 runs home for the Maroon Devils in their half of the first inning. Big lead by Griggs. Pepion back to the stretch now. He throws to first, fakes the throw to first to move everybody back, and they do. And there's a foul ball by Jenkins. So it'll be 1 strike count now to the Maroon Devils' third baseman. Bats for the first time in this game. Griggs and Hyatt, the runners, first and third. Jenkins at the plate. Pepion set. Griggs is off to the races, and he's going to steal second to give second and third again for the Maroon Devils. And now a base hit by Jenkins will bring home 2 more of his teammates if he can find the right spot for it. As we said, infield back, so a good lead by Hyatt. He should be able to score on a ground ball to the middle of the infield. Jenkins sets, swings, right back to the pitcher. He takes it, throw to first, dropped by the first baseman. He can't make the play, and Hyatt scores for the Maroon Devils' 4th run. So credit Jenkins with an RBI. And still first and third for the Maroon Devils. Bryn Jackson to hit now. He's a designated hitter for Swain. Griggs leads off third. Jenkins off first. Jenkins is off. Pitch is low, and he has stolen second. And now second and third for Jackson, who's ahead in this count, 1 ball. Griggs dancing down the line. Pitch outside again. 2 balls, no strikes now to the Maroon Devils designated hitter. Throw to third. Griggs is back. Devils have plated 4 here in their half of the first. Swing and a miss by Jackson on the 2-0 pitch. Now he digs in to go back to work. On deck for the Devils is Damian Lossy. Griggs still leading from third, dancing down the line. Pitch high and tight. Jackson moves out of the way. Now he's up in the count 3-1. Pepion out of the windup. And there's strike 2. So full count for the Devils designated hitter, Brand Jackson. One out still in the inning. And that misses high. So bases loaded now for the Maroon Devils, who have been the beneficiary of 2 walks and a hit batter to go along with a couple of base hits, 3 base hits in the inning. And now Damian Lossy digs in with the bases full of Maroon Devils and a chance to bust this game wide open here in the first inning. It's Griggs on third, Jenkins on second, Jackson on first. Swing and a miss by Lossy, who's taking a big cut there trying to get the grand slam. And now he will dig back in down a strike to Pepion, the Braves pitcher. That one just misses outside. Wind is picked up just a little bit here at the stadium. 1-1 count for Damian Lossy, the Maroon Devils' first baseman. Fouled off at the plate. Lossy down 2 strikes now. Gabe Lillard on deck. He led the game off for the Maroon Devils with a solid shot up the middle for a base hit. That one's fouled off his foot. Apparently not. That ball, you can see it yourself if you rewind our broadcast. It was fouled off of Damian's foot. Well, he was still in the box, which makes it a foul ball. The 2 officials get together and get it right. Now Damian will come back. Braves might have liked the result of the play a little bit better, to be honest with you, as they got Griggs at home, who didn't run, thinking correctly that it was a foul ball. So Lossy still alive with 2 strikes here, 1-2 your count. Bases full of Maroon Devils. That one's low in the dirt. Picked up nicely back there by Juju Martin, the Braves catcher. And Lossy back to even at 2-2 in his count now. Again low. So we go full, 3-2 here with 1 out. And Damian Lossy, your batter. Three-two pitch on its way and called strike 3 on the inside corner. Lossy moved out of the way of it And he gets rung up looking on a iffy call at the plate, but that will send us back to the top of the Maroon Devils order with Gabe Lillard. Base is still full of Devils. 2 outs in the inning now for the Braves. Lillard digs in for his second appearance. A shot through the hole between third and short. They're going to send Jenkins. They cut it loose to the plate. They don't get him. Now they had a shot at Jackson at third, but they dropped the ball. So Lillard will drive home 2 with the base hit. A solid single to the left. So Lillard drives home 2. And now it will be Blankenship again, who was hit by a pitch in his first attempt this inning. Second and third runners now. Lillard follows Jackson. Blankenship takes the pitch. Here comes Jackson as the ball gets away from Martin. Jackson will score. And now Lillard advances to third. And the Maroon Devils with a chance to continue adding to their lead, which is now 7 by my count. So Blankenship digs back in. It's a 1-ball, no strike count. And he fouls that one off down the third baseline. And now the count even for Blankenship, 1-1. Pepe on now ready. Lillard dances down the line, halfway home. Ground ball, foul. Lillard gets out of the way of it, and it ends up foul. So now the count 1-2 on Cameron Blankenship. As we said, he reached in his first at bat after being hit by a pitch, and then was forced at second. Pitch is low. Lillard starts to go. He was already halfway down the line. Had to scurry back to third. Count 2-2 now for the Maroon Devils left fielder. Pepion moves to the stretch to keep Lillard a little closer, and that hits Blankenship again. So Cameron, 2 at-bats, hit twice. And now Carson Taylor will bat. Taylor singled with a bloop over first base that Blankenship had to hold up on and was thrown out at second, forced out at second actually, when it dropped. And so Taylor will bat again. As we said earlier, initially 12 RBIs on the season to lead the Maroon Devils in that category. Also a hefty 500 batting average to go along with it. Blankenship is on the move, and he's going to have second stolen. And now second and third for Taylor, who looks to pad his RBI lead. Maroon Devils still batting here in the bottom half of the first inning. Hard shot to third, and it gets by. Now here comes Blankenship around third. He's waved. Blankenship and Lillard will both score, and Taylor has driven in 2 more, his 13th and 14th RBIs on the season. Now it'll be Carter Hayes at the plate for the Maroon Devils. Hayes singled his last time up earlier in this inning. and promptly stole second, came around to score. It's the 13th batter in the inning for the Maroon Devils. 2 down now. Strike on the outer half for Hayes. 9-0 your number now. Still in the first, as we said. We may have missed the top half of the first, but we've more than made up for it in the bottom half. Carson Taylor leads over there. Hayes at the plate. That one gets by the catcher. And Taylor is now in scoring position for Hayes. Counts 1-1, 2 outs in the inning for the Maroon Devils. Strike on the inner corner, and Hayes down 1-2 now. Pitch misses high. Two count, 2 outs. Deuce is wild across the board. Swing and a miss, and the Braves are out of a very long inning for them. But a productive one for the Maroon Devils, who scored 9 runs in their half of the first to take a 9-0 lead. And we come back for the top half of the second inning, and what we missed in the top half of the first is the season debut of Charlie Collins on the mound for the Maroon Devils. Collins, who's missed some time early in this season with an injury, getting his first start today. He's on a pitch count limit, but he had a very productive first inning, giving up one single to Caven Reed and retiring the other 3 Braves that he saw. Now Don Bradley leads off this portion of the second for the Braves. Swinging a miss by Bradley, and the count is now 1-1 on the Cherokee Braves third baseman. Collins misses a little high. Working at a good pace right now. It's warm today. Right now, temperature hovering around 80. Pitch on the outer half, 2-2 now to Bradley in the top half of the second inning for Collins. Next one on the way, just misses inside. Move Bradley back just a little bit. Now Collins goes back to work. As we said, quick worker. Strike three on outer half, second strikeout of the day for Collins, both looking. And now Juju Martin, the Cherokee catcher, will come to the plate. And dig in against the Maroon Devils. The Devils have an infield of Lossie on first, Griggs on second, Lillard on short, Jenkins on third, Taylor's in right, Hyatt's in center, and Blankenship is in left. And Carter Hayes is your catcher. Set the Maroon Devils defensively. Heard those names at the plate there in the first. And the Maroon Devils scored 9 times to give Charlie Collins a good cushion for his first appearance of the season. As we said, the first game, the first one of the season for the Maroon Devils, was an 11-0 win over the Braves. That one just missed outside. And so Collins at 2-1 count. As we said, he's returning from injury and is on a pitch count today. So they'll be monitoring that pretty closely, but he's been very effective here through 1 1/3. Juju Martin has worked the count 3-1 now, though, for the Braves. And there's ball 4. So Martin walks, giving the Braves their second base run of their day, and now Braylon James will hit. James is the right fielder for the Braves. Collins had to come from the stretch in the first inning after Kevin Reed singled, so it's not unfamiliar to him here today. Didn't seem to affect him at all as he went ahead and retired Pepion to end the first from the stretch. Swing and a miss, strike 1 on James. So quickly, Collins up in the count. Lossie holds the runner over on first. There's a second pitch, high and away. Outside. So James has worked his way back ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike now. As Martin leads from first, Lossie keeps him close over there. And he's off and running, and that one gets away from Hayes. So Martin steals second. And now Lillard and Griggs will have to keep him close as Braylon James is ahead 3-1 in the count. And that one down the middle at the knees for strike 2. Full count now. With Don Bradley on second. Line shot down the line, gets past Jenkins, and Bradley's going to round third, come home, picked up over there by Blankenship, cut off by Jenkins. So the Braves plate their first run of the ball game off a solid hit down the third baseline by Braylon James. Just past the outstretched arm of Will Jenkins. And now James will lead from first, and Xavier Otter will be your batter. Otter is the left fielder for the Braves. 9-1 your score, top half of the second. Collins works ahead. And Collins steps off to check himself. Now goes back to the stretch. James takes his lead over on first, staying put for the time being. Good block by Hayes, and now he decides to go. And he's going to make it. on the pass ball. Hayes had a hard time corralling that one. Then he had a hard time finding it. And so James now leads from second. That one's just a bit outside. Looked good. 2-1 count now to the Braves left fielder. There's strike two. Nice day at the park. Warm weather, 80 degrees as we said, hovering right around that. Chance of a thunderstorm, but so far nothing has appeared around to give us any cause of concern, and that's a good thing. Fouled off by Otter, and now it'll be 2-2 count again. The Braves' first baseman will be your batter. 9-1 score. The Braves get on the board here in the top half of the second. Collins from the stretch. And he settled back into a rhythm after giving up that walk to Martin. That one just a little low. Outside corner, strike two. So Wyatt Woodard in a hole now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs for the Maroon Devils. Looking to get back in and get their sticks going after that huge 9-run first inning. Pitch on the way, foul back. So Woodard stays alive with a foul ball. Collins back to set. 1-2 pitch on the way. Misses just a little high. 2-2 now. Foul ball at the plate. So Woodard stays alive. Daniel Thompson on deck, top of the Braves batting order. He grounded out to Ronnie Griggs at second, back in his at bat in the first. And there's strike three. So Charlie Collins strikes out the side, but not before the Braves score one on a walk. Your score now through 1.5 is Maroon Devils 9, Cherokee 1. Maroon Devils set to hit here in the second. As they do so, they're going to face a different pitcher for the Braves. Jonathan Brady takes over from Pepion. Pepion had worked 8 1/3 innings on the season. Frady's 21 innings leads their team, so he's their A pitcher, if you will, of their staff. And he will go to work against Cooper Hyatt here in the Maroon Devils part of the second inning. 9-1 score in favor of the Braves. And that's a strike at the knees for Hyatt. And Brady off to a good start. Check that. Frady. I'm sorry. Hyatt with a ground ball to short. That's Pepion over there. He picks it up, throws it, and that one is way long. Hyatt's going for 2. Woodard to throw, and that's low. Skids away, and he will stop right there. Some aggressive base running on the error. Gets Hyatt into scoring position to open up the second inning. And now it will be Ronnie Griggs. Griggs walked back in the first, promptly stole second, and scored later in the inning. Griggs takes the outside corner, strike 1. Frady comes set. That one's in the dirt, and we'll get Hyatt to third easily on the wild pitch. So now Cooper Hyatt is in scoring position on third. Griggs even in the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Frady's going to come from the windup. Stretch, I'm sorry. Keeps Hyatt close at third. Swung on a miss by Griggs, so Frady ahead in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Pitch on the way, fouled off, back our way, right in front of our booth. So Griggs stays alive. And Frady works set again. And delivers home, swinging a miss by Griggs. And Frady has his first out. And that will bring up Will Jenkins. Jenkins reached on an error, but drove in a run back in the first, then came around and scored off of the Braves error. That one's fouled off down the first baseline. Second and third are in. Now second baseman will retreat back to normal playing depth for Jenkins. So a ground ball in the middle will get Hyatt home. Hyatt leads from third. Frady set and delivers with 1 strike. That one misses high. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Now the count on Will Jenkins. Bryn Jackson waits on deck, followed by Damian Lossy for the Maroon Devils, who, as we said, lead this one 9-1 here in the bottom half of the second. Frady winds and delivers. That one misses a little high too. Right about the letters on Jenkins, and that's going to be ball 2 for the Maroon Devils third baseman. Jenkins, good cut, missed that one, 2-2 the count now. Hyatt still leads from third. 1 gone in the inning. Frady gets his sign, now sets. There's a pop-up right on the infield. And the second baseman, Kevin Reed, comes in and gets that one. So 2 down in the inning now. And Bryn Jackson will have a shot at driving high at home. Jackson reached back in the productive first on a walk, then came around to score on a pass ball. First pitch on its way to Jackson. He takes a strike. Just below the letters. Jackson way early on that one. Fouls it down this third base line and right up against the tube. So Bryn now down in the count 0-2. Have to do a little battling here against Jonathan Frady in the Devils' home half of the second. Sets winds and strike 3. So the Braves get out without giving up a run in that portion of the second. We'll go to the break with the Maroon Devils on top, 9-1. Back for the top of the third, and as we do it, the Maroon Devils have inserted Gabe Lillard to pitch, and Lawson Woodard will go to second base in Charlie Collins' spot as the flex player. Collins worked 2 innings, gave up 1 run, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, and a walk before giving away. We told you early on that Collins' first appearance of the season, he was on a pitch count. And so they're just breaking him in. It's a good outing for Charlie, first of the season. And he gives way now to Gabe Lillard. So Lillard takes the mound, and he's going to face leadoff hitter Daniel Thompson of the Braves. Thompson back in the first grounded out to second base, which was Ronnie Griggs at the time. Now Griggs is over at shortstop, and Woodard takes over at second. Lillard finds the strike zone. And we're 2-1 now with the count against the Braves leadoff hitter. Jonathan Frady waits on deck. That one outside. 3-1 now you count. A nice light breeze blowing out across from first to third, basically. Now the umpire has a little difficulty with his mask, and he's going to get that fixed up, and we'll be ready to go. 3-1 count, nobody out, just starting play here in the third inning. In case you're wondering, the Maroon Devils have to get 2 more runs for this to be eligible to end in 5. as they only lead at 9-1 right now. Swing and a miss by Thompson, and we're at full count now for Lillard. Curveball, Jenkins catches that one, line drive right at him. So 1 out now in the inning. And to the plate will be Jonathan Frady, who struck out looking back in the first inning against Collins. Now he'll face Lillard for the first time. Outer half, strike 1. That one just misses a little bit outside. So 1-1 count now. High hopper. Jenkins can't get there, and Griggs can't make the play on it. So Frady is aboard to start the Braves second, 1 down. And that's going to bring up Caven Reed, who delivered the other Braves hit back in the first, a solid single to right for Smith. So now the Braves with a threat. Pepion waits on deck for the Cherokee squad. Lillard first time from the stretch. He sets, pitches a little outside. Hayes throws down. Lossie picks that one out of the dirt. That was a ball on the outer half. That's to right field again. Taylor on the run. He's going to get there. He's got that one. And so 2 down in the inning now for the Maroon Devils, as Batiste Pepion will now hit. He grounded out back to the pitcher in the first. Charlie Collins making the play on that one, throwing to first. And now he will hit again. Frady leads off first still. On his move is Frady. Hayes' throw down is going to be late, and it gets into center field. And here comes Frady all the way over. Hyde's got it. And so Jonathan Frady with a stolen base. And then the error gets him all the way to third. So he's just a base away from the Braves' second run. Now Pepion will bat. And that first pitch was a ball, I believe. It's not on the board yet, but I think he called it a ball. And that's a pop on the infield. It should be Griggs. He surrounds it. He's got it, and that's going to do it for the Braves in the top half of the third. So we'll leave you through the top of the third. 9-1 Maroon Devils coming to bat. Bottom of the third coming up. Maroon Devils send up Damian Lossy, followed by Gabe Lillard and Cam Blankenship for their half of the third, looking to score at least 2, if not more. Lillard was a strikeout victim back in the first. And now we'll bat again, facing Frady for the Braves. Frady a scoreless second. Stop the bleeding for Cherokee. Lillard, or check that, Lossy's got that down the first base line. It's going to fall foul as the Braves give chase over there. And so now Lossy will hit again. Down a strike. Frady sits and winds. Shot by Lossy, high hop, picked up over there and throw to first. And the Braves have got him to open the second. Nice play over there by Caven Reed, the Braves second baseman. Lillard will bat now. He is 2 for 2 on the day and scored twice, stole a base along the way as well. Curveball. A little high. So Lillard ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Frady sits, winds, the delivery. Low. So 3-0 count now, I believe. Again, top half of the third, bottom half of the third rather, for the Devils. So it's 2-0, 3-0 now your count. 1 out in the Devils' half of the third. And on 4 pitches, Lillard walks. Cameron Blankenship, your batter. Cameron, the unfortunate recipient of being hit twice in this game, so he's technically does not have an official plate appearance yet after being hit twice. Lillard a threat to go over there. The Maroon Devils have been very aggressive on the base pass today. And now Blankenship will bat. Big hole between first and second for the Maroon Devils left fielder. Lillard with a big lead. And Frady chases him back. So everybody resets. Lillard back out to the same lead, and he's off and running. First pitch, throw down, and he's in head first slide, safe. So second stolen base of the day for Gabe Lillard. And now Blankenship can bring him home with a base hit. That pitch a strike, so he's down in the count 0-1. Reed holds him close. Blankenship showed bunt, but didn't offer at it, so he's 1-1 now in the count. Also may have found out what he needed to know. His first north third moved on the bunt square. So now rather than bunt for a hit, bunt to move the runner, he may be looking to bunt for a hit. That one on the outer half, a breaking ball, 2 strikes now. Takes the bunt off the board. 1-2 the count. 1 out here in the Devils' part of the third. Swain did not score in the second, so all 9 runs came in the first. Frady steps off. Checks Lillard back to second. Blankenship digs in. Lillard off and running. Hit and run was on, and boy, it was going to work to perfection as Blankenship missed a double down the line by inches. 2 strikes, fouled that one off, but it had extra bases written all over it. Just landed on the wrong side of the chalk line. So 1-2 count for the Maroon Devils left fielder. Lillard, good size lead. He was off and running on that pitch. Now he's back. And he's not running this time. Blankenship fouls that one straight back and stays alive at 1-2. Lillard off the lead again at second. Blankenship in. Looks like the Braves are going away on him. Curveball away. Lillard picked a good pitch to run on and does. The throw is overthrown, but Pepion is there to back that up. So another stolen base for Lillard. He's up to 3 on the day. And now let's see how the Braves choose to play it on the infield, but they've been playing back, which would mean a ground ball by Blankenship could score Lillard pretty easily. And Lillard got an aggressive lead over there the first time in the first. And now with Frady working out of the stretch, he stays close. Pitch on its way. Blankenship's got a fly ball. Is that going to make it? That's down, and so Blankenship trucks for second, and he's going to have a stand-up double out of that, and Lillard scores the Maroon Devils' 10th run of this ball game. Nice at bat for Blankenship to drive that run home, and now Carson Taylor will hit. Taylor is also 2 for 2 on the day. He scored a run and drove into his last at bat, so Blankenship is now in scoring position for Taylor. It was his 13th and 14th RBI of the season back in that first inning. Outer half, strike 1. There is 1 out in the inning. 0-1 count to Carson Taylor. Curveball stays high, and that will even the count at 1. And it looked like he may have checked his swing, but he's called for going around. So Taylor now will work with a 1-2 count. Blankenship in scoring position at second. His lead not quite as big as Lillard's was last at bat. That one high, and Taylor fouls it straight back and stays alive. Maroon Devils, bottom half of the third here, 10-1 your score. Carson Taylor batting with 2 strikes. Cameron Blankenship on second. And that one bounces. Blankenship is there, as he would have had that stolen no matter what on the pass ball. Wild pitch, rather. Taylor back to even at 2-2. Blankenship now on third. Short lead for Blankenship on third. Frady working out of the stretch. 2-2 count. He sets and fires home, and that one's high and away. So Taylor has run the count 3-2 now. Battling back. Taylor digs in, 3-2 count. 1 out in the inning. Pitch on the way. High hopper. Blankenship takes off immediately. He's going to score. Pepion with it at third. Another high throw. And Taylor beats that one out. So Maroon Devils keep that alive. The ball gets through the fence, so Taylor will get second. On the throw, and now it will be the Maroon Devils catcher, Carter Hayes. Hayes singled back in the first and then struck out to end the first inning for the Devils. He also drove home a run with his single and is in a position to do so again with Taylor on second. High pitch, that one stays up. So Freddie having a hard time pulling through on that curveball. It's just staying high instead of breaking it all. Hayes at the plate. That was low. Picked back there by Martin. 2-0 count to the left-handed hitting Hayes. That was low and inside as he dances away. Now a good count to hit on for Hayes. 3-0 count, 1 out in the inning. Carson Taylor on second. And he takes a strike. Shortstop Pepion is all the way over at the bag, and there's a stroked ball deep to center field. The center fielder on his run. That's over his head. Taylor's going to score easily. Hayes into second, and he's going to hold at second with a stand-up double. So Carter Hayes drives home the Maroon Devils' 11th, 12th run on the day with a double to deep center field. So a pair of RBIs on the day for Hayes, and now Cooper Hyatt will stand in. Hyatt has reached on a single and an error on the day and scored once. He's also driven home two. Swing, fouled it straight back. So Cooper Hyatt down a strike here. 12-1 your score now. Maroon Devils on top. Devils have 3 here in the third with only 1 out. That pitch off the plate. Cooper Hyatt digs in again. Hayes will lead off second. Watch closely over there by Reed. Swing and a miss by Hyatt. So strike 2. Count even now 2-2. And we've got a timeout by the Braves as Jonathan Frady has reached his limit, I guess. And he will be pulled here in the middle of Cooper Hyatt's at bat, and it will be, looks like Don Bradley's going to take over. And we'll take a break. So we have made a pitching change. It's Don Bradley for the Braves. Juju Martin moves from behind the plate to third, and Jonathan Frady moves to catching. And that will be strike 3 as the one pitch came from Bradley and strikes out Hyatt, who had to carry his count over. And now Ronnie Griggs will bat. We still have Carter Hayes on second for the Maroon Devils. That one scatters the Maroon Devil dugout. Griggs was 0 for 1. He walked and struck out. The walk, he stole a base, came around to score in the Maroon Devils first. There's strike 2 from new Braves pitcher Don Bradley. 0-2 count now for Griggs. 2 outs in the inning. Maroon Devils have plated 3 more runs in this one. Swing and a miss. That's going to do it for the Maroon Devils in their half of the third. They score 3 more and now lead it 12-1 going into the top of the fourth. So the top half of the fourth is going to open up with Don Bradley at the plate for the Braves. Gabe Lillard will work in his second inning here. Bradley was a strikeout victim back in the second to open it up. At that point facing Charlie Collins. So strike 1 to Bradley. Missed a little bit high there. 2-1 now your count. Solid shot back up the middle. Bradley will hold at first. And a good start to the top half of the fourth for the Braves. Now it'll be Juju Martin. Martin started out catching and moved to third base last inning when Bradley moved to the pitcher's mound. Bradley leads off first. Lillard sets and throws. Outer half, knee-high strike. Martin walked back in the second and came around to score the Braves' only run. Good block by Carter Hayes. Keep Bradley on first. 1-1 count now. Nobody out here in the Braves' half of the fourth inning. That one misses high. Slow roller. Lillard will have it. Underhands over to Lossie at first for the first out. Advancing Bradley to second. Braylon James will bat now. James singled past Will Jenkins on third, his last at bat. Now Griggs holds the runner and gives him a huge hole to shoot for. That one misses inside by Lillard. There's a hopper. Lillard's got that over to first. And 2 down. Does advance Bradley, though, so he's now on third. So Maroon Devils make quick work. 2 comebackers to Gabe Lillard. And that will bring up Xavier Otter, the Braves left fielder. Otter struck out his appearance back in the second inning. Low blocked over there by Hayes to save a run. Swing and a miss. So Otter now down in a 1-2 hole. To Maroon Devils pitcher Gabe Lillard. Blocked over there by Carter Hayes on the outer half. 2-2 count now. Strike 3 on a curveball on the outer half, and the Maroon Devils get out of that inning and strand a runner on third. So we'll go to the bottom half of the fourth. Maroon Devils on top, 12-1. So bottom half of the fourth set to open up. And the Maroon Devils, Coach Tyler Schuler is going to send some pinch hitters to the plate here. Let's see if we can get them all identified for you. Of course, this gentleman is batting left-handed. So we'll try to get a number on him for you if you're following along at home. Pitch on the way. That's ball low. This is Finley Crisp from the sound of things. Two-0 count to Crisp. Open up the fourth inning for the Devils. 3-0 count to the left-hander. Count on the way. Strike one. So Crisp now ahead 3-1 in the count. And there's ball four. So a walk to Crisp will bring up Lawson Woodard. Woodard enters the game for Brent Jackson, who was hitting for him. Woodard is safe. So now it will be Braden Ruiz, the Maroon Devils. So Coach Schuler getting some at-bats for some of these folks. Ruiz hits now, runners first and second. That's Woodard and Crisp on the bases. That one's low, ball one. After Ruiz hits, it looks like Sawyer Cochran is on deck in Gabe Lillard's spot. That one skips there. Runners will advance on that. And now Crisp and Woodard in scoring position for Braden Ruiz, who bats here with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth inning. 12-1 your score. Maroon Devils on top. 3 balls. Now to the Maroon Devils pinch hitter. Again, it's Crisp and Woodard leading off. Second and third. There's a strike. 3-1 your count. 3-1 count now. Bradley sets and fires. Fouled at the plate. So full count to the Maroon Devils pinch hitter. Full count, nobody out. Maroon Devils half of the fourth. If they get a hold in the fifth, this will be their last at bat. Foul ball at the plate. Bradley rubs up the new baseball after that one gets fouled back. Bradley sets and fires. That one's high, and it'll be ball 4. Base is now loaded. For Sawyer Cochran. Base is loaded, nobody out here in the Devils' half of the fourth. Swing and a miss from Cochran, strike 1. Carson Walls waits on deck as Coach Schuler empties the bench, so to speak. Everybody getting at bat. Strike 2 on Cochran. Bradley's found the strike zone. Bases full of Devils here in the fourth. Nobody out. Sawyer Cochran down 2 strikes here and gets called third strike on the inner half. So Bradley rights the ship there with the bases juiced, and it will be Carson Wells. Check that. I said that wrong. That's Walls. My bad. And he will bat now with 1 out. And Bradley, the Cherokee pitcher, we're still trying to get the substitution situated here. It's 11 for 3. If you're following, scoring along at home. So Walls to hit, bases loaded, 1 out. Bradley, the pitcher for the Braves. Pitch on the way. That's swung at, but it gets by. No Maroon Devils advance, though, as Walls checked his swing. And now Bradley gets the ball he wants. We got Ruiz on first, Woodard on second, and Crisp on third. Walls, swing and a miss, strike 2. Carson Taylor awaits on deck. It looks like Tyler Schuler may be out of bench moves to make. And there's strike 3. So Bradley has rallied back to record 2 outs with the bases juiced. But now he'll face Carson Taylor. Taylor is 3 for 3 on the day and has driven in 3 runs. So he comes up in a situation, another RBI situation here for Taylor, and a chance to go 4 for 4 on the day. Bradley winds and delivers. There's a fly ball to deep left, and it's lost in the sun. It's up against the wall, and that's going to empty the bases for Taylor with a stand-up double to deep left field that hit the base of the fence. And he drives in 3 with that one. and that gives him 6 RBI on the day for the Maroon Devils. So Carson Taylor pads his team high RBI count. Came into the game with 12. Now he has 18. And batting now will be Carter Hayes, who has doubled in his last at bat, scoring a run, and singled back in the first to score a run. So he's 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of RBIs. Swinging right away. That one's fouled off to the third base side. So 0-1 count. Bradley still pitching for the Braves here. Maroon Devils, let's see if I can find it for you. Remainder of the week looks like Friday at Robbinsville for the Devils. Swain has wrestling at North Buncombe tonight, this evening, and tomorrow track will be at Cherokee. Thursday, wrestling will go to Franklin, and then Friday, the Maroon Devils will travel to Robbinsville. Now, if you've got a schedule, that's going to say at home, but if you remember correctly, we flip-flop dates with Robbinsville, and that's right through the gap. And Hayes has another base hit, another RBI as Taylor scores from second. Maroon Devils add to their lead again. And Hayes with a single that ends up moving him to second on the air. Another RBI, 3 on the day for him, and he's 3 for 4. That's going to bring up Cooper Hyde again for the Devils. And as we were saying, the Robbinsville contest, the first one was played here because of weather and field conditions, and so we flip-flop those games. That means this Friday, even though it may show home on your schedule, should be at Robbinsville. So Cooper Hyde takes strike 1 with Hayes leading from second. The 0-1 pitch on its way to Hyatt that misses high. So 1-1 on the day. Cooper is 1 for 3 with a pair of RBI back in the first, a pair of stolen bases to go along with that. Big day on the base pass for the Maroon Devils. They were ultra aggressive in the first inning. With 6 stolen bases by my rudimentary count. They're in the first inning alone. So 2-1 count now for Cooper Hyatt. Maroon Devils center fielder. Hyatt, ground ball, picked up there by Pepion. He knocks it down, keeps it on the infield. So an infield single for Hyatt. And that's going to bring up Ronnie Griggs as the Maroon Devils set to bat around again here in the fourth. And now lead at 16-1. Griggs to the plate, and he is 0 for 2. He walked back in the first, stole the base. That's a high, towering fly ball straight back, and it'll be out of play over towards the Swain fans. And so Griggs with 1 strike now. A 1 count. That one's by. That will move Hyatt to second. Hayes stays put on third. 1-1 your count now to Ronnie Griggs. Griggs started the game at second, has moved to short since then, as the Maroon Devils changed pitchers from Charlie Collins, who started this game, pitched 2 strong innings before having to give way to a strict pitch count that he was on. And we got 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fourth. Second and third to runners. Off the end of the bat, it's going to get just foul. So 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the fourth for Maroon Devil shortstop Ronnie Griggs. Don Bradley, the Braves pitcher, sets and delivers. 2-2 count. Curveball, swing and a miss. Strike three, and that'll do it for the Devils in the top half of the fourth, but not before they score 4 more runs to make the score 16-1. We'll be back with the top half of the fifth. So the top half of the fifth will open with the Braves' Wyatt Woodard and then Daniel Thompson and Jonathan Frady, and they will face Carson Taylor, who's on to pitch. The final inning of this one is Coach Schuler breaking this one up 2-2-1 between three pitchers. And Carson Taylor will work the fifth and hopefully last inning of this one. The Braves have got to score 6 to keep it alive, and Taylor ahead quickly to Woodard with an outside strike at the knees. That one's in the dirt, picked up back there by Hayes. I think defensively Woodard stayed at second. Lillard moved back to short, and Ronnie Griggs moved to right field as all the folks who were hit for re-entered the game for defensive purposes here in the fifth, which potentially can be the last inning. I think that's 1 and 2 on the count as Woodard swung at that pitch. That's just below the knees on the outer edge. Just misses. Nope, scoreboard says 2-1, so I must have missed a pitch somewhere. So Taylor sets, and he's on the ready. Strike. And that's 3, isn't it? Or is it 2? Yep, that's 3. So Woodard strikes out. And that'll be the top of the order. Daniel Thompson for the Braves. He's grounded out to second and lined out to third in his previous 2 plate appearances. As we said, wrestling is at North Buncombe this evening. And then tomorrow will be track at Cherokee, which technically for the Maroon Devils is a home meet. They're hosting it as the host school. And then Thursday, wrestling will be on the road again to Franklin before the Maroon Devils travel to Robbinsville on Friday. Taylor sets and delivers. That one's low and in the dirt. Hayes takes another one off the chest. .30 count now to the top of the order and Daniel Thompson. Let's see if Taylor can fight back in this one and not yield a base runner here in the 5th. That's 3-0. Taylor behind in the counts. And he misses. So the Braves are the base runner here in the 5th. With a walk to Thompson. Jonathan Frady will hit next. Frady has grounded to short and struck out looking. And 1 out in the inning. Carter Hayes out for a word with Carson Taylor. And they have gotten on the same page now. And Taylor will have to work from the stretch for the first time today, with Thompson leading off first. Pitch on the way. Flare right over Woodard's head. He can't get there. Picked up by Griggs. He's going to throw to second and get the force on the runner. So it turned out okay for the Maroon Devils anyway, as Ronnie Griggs, Johnny on the spot, throws to Lillard for the second out. And that's going to bring up Caven Reed, who singled to right and flew out to right in his 2 previous at-bats. So the Braves down to their final out in this one with the Maroon Devils on top 16-1. Foul back. So Taylor ahead in the count. 1 strike. Throw to first. I believe he had Frady leaning just a little bit. So Reed back in the box, down a strike after fouling that one off. Throw to first again. Damian Lossy doing a great job climbing the ladder to get that errant high throw. And Taylor now to the set. Goes home. And they call him out. So Frady is out, stealing second. And that's going to do it for your ball game, as the Maroon Devils are going to put away the Braves by the score of 16-1 here at Swain today. And I tell you what, we'll be with you down the road, but thanks for joining us here today on the Maroon Devils Network. Swain coming out on top of this one, 16-1.